Yeah, Ghana plays a match on Wednesday. The opponent release their squad on Friday or Thursday. Was it Thursday?
Yeah, I think Thursday.
Yeah. The Black Stars, in fact, let me even use Ghana because for some funny reason, is even stretching towards the under 20, under 23, like our youth side. It used to be, like, when we're going to play Nigeria in the World Cup playoff, they were delaying stuff because they didn't want the opponents. High pressure game is understandable when it's one off. But nowadays, we've been starting to see more or less like a behavior. A whole under 20 tournament, I think we're the last team to submit our team.
Right.
And we understand. You're saying players are pulling out, doing this and all that. But when you name a squad, you have the liberty to make changes up until the deadline that CAF or FIFA gives you. So I don't seem to buy that excuse because if you name your Unity Cup squad on Thursday and someone gets hurt today, you can change them.
Yeah.
You can change them and just give an update like you've usually been doing in the past few years.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's just too late. And my bother is that those times, people used to complain. When people stop complaining about what you do, that's even worse than when they come. It means that now they are immune. They don't care. And for an FA that's preaching bring back the love, I think it's important that you listen to your people. They just want to know the squad. Some people want to buy tickets. Some people want to see their favorite player in there. Some people just want to have an understanding. Some people need to start writing analytical pieces. Some people need to know whether they travel and go and see their family or whether their friend will play, so they will go. It's just pure etiquette. Nobody is saying that you have to. You don't have to actually do it. But it's just etiquette that OBI. Just be open. Be let every stakeholder see that this is our squad that we've announced. And you see, it doesn't help because already now there's talks around the selection process. And so when you are hiding it and keeping it for so long and brewing all this suspense, it plays into the narrative. You're not helping yourself. So that's my small advice to the yeah.
We're in a country where if a manager somewhere is only praying that his player who is playing in a Syria B, Syria C, Syria something in Thailand or whichever country they are playing. No disrespect, but wherever they are playing, that they are just waiting for their player to score maybe a brace or score consistently in 5 games, and you hear them on radio about how if they don't call the player to the Black Stars, they would naturalize for that other country. So I feel it's a lot of these things that have gone back and forth to the FA to a point where we know that now we don't even have a proper starting 11 for the Black Stars. So if you are in a country where people are this petty, you don't want to make the mistake of, and I'm not defending the FA, you don't want to make the mistake of putting a list out and you'd realize 6 on the list are not going to make it. But when you are calling the players, they are even asking you, am I going to start? They're not even saying, I'm sure when they make the first call, it's like, we are making a short list for those who will make it for this next project we have, the Unity Cup. So we want to know about your availability. I'm thinking that's the first call they place. That first call they place, people are not asking whether they will be in the final squad. They are asking if they will play. So if you can't promise them if they will play, they don't want to be in the squad. That's one. And number 2, this thing we are seeing how the leagues have ended this weekend. A lot of these other players would just want to go to Greece, go to Ibiza,
when there's Unity Cup, don't
go to all
Greece.
these places and just go and stretch out.
We have a Unity Cup to win, please.
They've been through a lot. And I'm glad the Black Stars Management Committee chairman said it himself, that he knows that the period within which they fix their Unity Cup is going to be problematic for them to get all the players, because aside maybe the players who play in the Premier League and the Serie A, there are some other players that they know they may be injured. There are others who have some final league cups to be playing and they will not be able to get. But if you're a manager and they call you today to make your player available, are you asking the FA if they are going to allow your player to play in the Unity Cup, or you are just asking if they will make the squad? Because we've seen some very good players like Inaki Williams come for a whole AFCON qualifier, and he came in a game around 85th minute once in Kumasi. So if you're a manager, you would want to ask these questions because this is a time for them to be resting. This is not a time for them to come again to exert a lot of pressure. Even when they interviewed Kwame Poku before he left, he said the same thing. We are not going to be exerting ourselves so much and all. So all of these other things and the little trust issues here and there, it's not about people not wanting to play for the Black Stars, because we know that the World Cup qualifiers, even if we are playing in hell, we will get the number of players who have to play to go there and play those games. But we also know that this Unity Cup, the scheduling one, is very problematic. And then number two, I think Ghanaians should just become immune to the fact that like it won't come out, because we saw in the under-20 and we know the reasons why they were calling players that were not going to make it. Even in the final squad, Clinton's name was in the final squad. Did he make it? No, he didn't make it, because according to his club, he's playing a final and then they wouldn't let him off, and so he wouldn't come. And so maybe the FA has just gotten to a point where, as for us, we know the players who are playing. It should be people that don't know the players who are playing. So when the D-Day comes, we'll put out a team sheet. So just wait for that. Maybe to them it's not the common practice. Maybe to them, maybe to the team manager, it's not something they have to put out there for anybody. But the team manager has done masters outside, so he understands that they have to put it out.
I'm just saying, if you release your squad Monday and things, that they'll not be surprised when people act the way they act. If you don't take them serious, then I mean, Bill.
Those who come, they know. Those who come, they know. Those who go to Ibiza, they know. Those who go to Greece, they know. So it's us who don't know. So maybe we should just wait. On the day, they'll print the team sheet or they will write it, however they will do it. Or once they are going, I mean, those who are going for the Unity Cup from Ghana, Bill, are you going?
Oh, no, I'm here.
Okay, like if you are going, I'll tell you to be at Heathrow. I mean, the number of pictures you'll be able to take will give us a clear idea of the players who are making it.
Why do I have to act like a spy? Basically, the journalist has to act like a spy and then wait, and then the players will come and they catch them.
That's what Augustine likes. And you go and be catching them 10 seconds. Put on YouTube.
Mama, I want to be tracing their Snapchat, their streaks. Okay, then I'll be checking. I'll be checking. He's at Lendador. He's in Kumasi now. He's in Accra now. Okay, he's in Turkey. I had to trace it like that.
Charlie, it was like that for the under 22. I had to trace one particular player's Snapchat to realize that at some point he was now moving from one place and then came to join the squad. Charlie, it's not healthy. We have to stop this thing.
Nigeria have named their squad long ago.
There are countries better than us who have named their squad a long time. Are we better than England's national team?
But maybe we don't have the players, so they don't want to put anything out.
Let's be serious. We can. Why? The World Cup qualifier, didn't we name some squad and 8 players pulled out? And we still updated.
Yeah, but maybe this one, they're not getting
that's even more serious than this one. So what's the point in waiting? Charlie, this is a friend you release the squad early. Let us see, some players we can analyze well and then be able to tell if they are if they will
you
help
are the
us.
reason why they don't want to name them.
If they will help us or not. No, but
it's just the Unity Cup. Why do you want to analyze the
but
players?
But again, Randy himself said when we beat Madagascar, before we beat Madagascar, that it's going to be an opportunity for some players to make a claim or to make a case for future Black Stars appearances, right?
But they are the same players who have final league cups and stuff to be playing now.
So bring the category B players that will be free.
Do they see themselves to be category B players?
That one, if they don't see themselves to be category B, I don't know what to tell them. But the so-called category B that we haven't really seen play as many games for the Black Stars or haven't played at all, this will be like their opportunity. They will definitely be what.
But that's why maybe Amon Kona should have made the trip.
Oh, he didn't make.
No, he didn't make it.
CR7.
Our top scorer didn't make the trip.
Oh, Chawate. Well. But he's battling with Nations FC. You see, they are smart.
A sensible club.
They are smart. They are very smart.
But I think Nations FC would let Razak go because they know that for 2 centre backs they have Oko Gripman and Sam Moseko for who would play solid. And these 2 players,
if you take Poku's goals, so Libby.
Yeah, Charlie. Charlie, the way Marcus has been quiet,
Open letter to Keto Kweku. Please.
Move our word.
Thank you. Please pick.
No. I'm not going to say anything outrageous, but all these things add up to people's perception of what the GFA is over the past few years. And we are lucky that Ghanaians, we have short memories, because these two, or is it 2 or 3? These 2 or 3 wins we've had in the World Cup qualifiers, they've wiped away that terrible AFCON qualifying series. Now everybody has forgotten. Now just 2 wins, we think we're on top of the world. And the GFA think they can do anything. That when they started doing that late, dropping of lists, from the start, I was like, this thing is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Why are you hiding the country's players from fans? Or why are you doing that? And if they will even say that it gives them an advantage, what advantage has it given us? It's been what? They started like 2 years ago. How many matches have we won in the last 2 years that you can use it to say that we hide the squad because it gives us an advantage? I mean, it just adds up to a lot of negatives on the FA's, their PR, and they should come out and address it. That's the thing I don't like about them. They're always hiding, they just pretend these things don't exist. If you are not dropping the list for us, come and explain it to us. Why are we not bringing it out early? If you tell us what's the worst we'll do, we'll complain, but you still post the list. It's better to tell us that, maybe we don't release it early because some players will pull out. We'll understand, fine, we'll complain, but we'll understand. But to keep quiet and you drop it midnight and 5 a.m. we'll wake up and come and see. No, and it's even worse when it comes to is extending to our youth teams now. That this past under 20, I don't know what's behind the scenes. I was hearing some things, but I can't legally say something.
If you're a man, say it.
You can say it. Now their lawyers are very good. It comes to the point that, like, what are you doing? Under 20, the bane of our national team, they are going to play an AFCON, and you are naming their squad. I don't know if it was a day or 2 before the first game of the tournament.
I think it was the day before.
It was a day.
The day before.
Who does that help? Like, honestly, who does that help? Because under 20, we watch under 20 to see who will make it to the Black Stars. It's not like we watch it like Black Stars that they should win. So if people see these names, they'll be happy. Oh, this boy, I like how he plays. Maybe he'll be in the Black Stars next 2-3 years. If you're hiding them from us, what do you expect us to do?
The so-called advantage that we will get over opponents, we didn't used to qualify for under 20 World Cup. Let's be serious. Let's be serious in this country.
And even on the topic of this is the Unity Cup itself. What I know is a friendly tournament. I know is primarily going to be for the fans and for the experience and everything. But for us, the Black Stars, what is our reason for going there? Why are we going to play it? Is it going to be preparation for the games later in the year? Is it going to be a platform to see who can play in the national team? Are we going to try players? Nobody has come out to say anything. All we know is that we are going to play in London. That's all we know.
We are going to London.
We are going to London.
We are going to L Town, please. But I mean, let's talk about the prospect. What we know is that yes, a number of the key players, usual ones, as the chairman of the management committee hinted at Randy Abbey, saying that a number of the key players would not be in the call-up. So we should get used, or we should expect some new names. Given the type of season that we've had, the number of young players who have emerged, who are some of the players that you are looking forward to maybe seeing in the squad who can potentially affect this national team and also long term? We're hearing names like Caleb Yurinchi, Mohamed Husseini and all of that.
I mean, even the players I want to wish, I won't see their names till 24 hours before their game. But on a serious note, if Otoado and the technical team want to use these 2 or 3 games as something to test these players, to test the players from the GPL, to test players from the youth sides, I feel is a very good thing. But who are they going to play? there's a lot of players I think we can do with giving them a chance to show what they can do. And luckily, most of their leagues have ended. I think the guys who have been on the outside of the squad, so when they call them, they usually don't play a lot. The likes of Ransford, who else? I think Sadiq Ibrahim also. He came last year, but he didn't play. There's a group of guys who are on the edges of the squad. Those are the guys I would like to see play. If Mumin was fit and he didn't have that injury, I would have liked to see him play. There's a lot of. We have a very big pool of talents, and this cup would have been a very nice way to see how they'll do. But since we won't see the squad 12 hours before the game, we can't really tell. So when they bring the squad, we'll open this discussion again.
I mean, what do you think? What do you perhaps think is the reason? Because I just don't understand. Like, there's late and then there's late. Late is when you've actually. You said camping starts today. Like, camping literally starts today. People have traveled to, like, London to play for the national team, and nobody knows who is there, who is accountable for what, who to expect. What if some thief joins the squad and that we could have helped? If we saw that that's an imposter. Now we don't know whether that's a stranger or that's part of the national team. Nobody knows who the squad really is. I think this is like extremely. I can't even find a particular reason.
I think it goes from one thing to another. It's not illegal. What they are doing, posting a list late, it's not illegal. FIFA have their deadlines to submit these things. It's not illegal what they are doing. That's what they are getting away with, because it's not illegal to FIFA. But it's unfair to us, the Ghanaians. That's one thing they should remember. If they want us to bring back the love, why are you hiding it from us? I don't understand. And I think they might push it too far one of these days. They might push it too far, because I think with the under-20, because they named it a bit late, they lost out on some players. So they weren't sanctioned, but they ended up naming less than they expected. So you are in this case, you are locking yourselves into a squad and you lose 2, 3, 4 before the tournament. So and you can't, when the final list is out, you can't replace anybody. So if they keep on doing that, one day we'll go for a qualifier, we'll go for a tournament, and they'll make that mistake and bring out a late list, and we'll see ourselves with just 20 players in camp.
Bill, if I may ask, didn't we boost the communications department in the FA recently?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I think 2
segments and everything.
Yeah, like 2 extra top guys.
Henry.
Yes, top guys.
So there was Neil.
Neo is now like the boss, basically.
So Neo is the boss.
Yeah, the boss.
And then there's
2
Patrick
extra.
Akoto.
There's Patrick and there's Sheikh.
It's the Sheikh Tofik.
Yes.
Adding to Henry. So 4 people.
Yes.
Communications.
4 people that we know. I don't know of the rest.
Augustine, do you go to GIJ?
No, I didn't.
Someone should find Andrews for me. I want to understand the first class in communication, what they teach them. What is communication? If I was a lecturer, I'm asking you guys, what is communication? Isn't it point one person, 2?
Yeah.
Making sure that they understand each other in any possible way. But right now, Ghanaians don't understand what is going on. So what is the communications department doing? Why is nobody communicating? That's why I don't understand, right? Why is nobody talking?
That is why we would turn into spies, and then it would become a whole disaster. I think this whole problem sort of started around 2022, before that game against Nigeria. We understood to a point, but then after that, it's just become ridiculous. Absolutely, Charlie. How am I supposed to take my time and look at this player and say, oh, maybe he's suitable, or be able to analyze him and say, okay, maybe he can do well here, he can do well there, and just give like a good verdict and educate people.
The point is that you can't come back and blame the media for anything. Because imagine if we had the squad, we can start doing analysis on this show. We can dedicate more time to build up to the match.
Yeah.
We've done 0 graphics. We've done nothing because we don't even. What if you go and put Inaki Williams as the poster and they don't call him?
Yeah.
You see, something as basic as this squad, for instance, it feeds into a number of things. For journalists, for planning, into our shows, for fans, what to expect. It's just too much of a minor detail for you to let you have like massive repercussions like this. And you know, as I kept on saying, like, topics surrounding the FA have been quite sensitive in the past few. So the best thing to do after beefing up the communications department is that as an organization, to strengthen our PR, you need to ensure that you control the narrative. What's the best form of controlling narrative? Release your squad as early as possible. Yeah. Nigeria have called Ahmed Musa with their chest. A lot of Nigerians did not agree with that Ahmed Musa call. But they've done it with their chest and they named the squad last week. What can you do?
Yeah,
Ahmed Musa will be in London.
You can't take him out of the
Yes,
squad.
you can't. And you see, the problem would have been if Nigeria hid the squad till Tuesday, the night before the match. Then they drop, or someone goes to see Musa in the camp, sends a video, and then it goes viral. Imagine how they will be incensed to see Musa in the squad before it's even announced.
Yeah.
What if Andrea Ayew all of a sudden appears in London? How will people even react? It will be embarrassing that you as an FA cannot name your squad, and people are putting pieces together. Kwame Poku has traveled, so he's part of the squad. This one has traveled. Control your narrative. You now say that these are the players. Those times you even used to name squad and do presser and say this is why I call this player. That was the best period. Nobody could ask any question again. Why didn't you call Schlupp? I spoke to him. He said you won't come. That is it. You can't do any propaganda story. You can't do anything. That's how you control your narrative. Very, very basic. I'm very surprised, honestly. I would wish someone explains what the reasoning is, Keke. Because we have a lot of qualified people in the FA, from the president straight to our communications team to everywhere. Yeah. A lot of educated and qualified guys. So I don't understand. I don't understand why we're doing this. But anyways, regardless, Ghana still has a match to play. Ghana versus Nigeria, although we don't have a squad.
Please, I can't say whether I can analyze because I don't know anybody in Ghana's squad. I don't know. Unless they are going to tell me that all the local players are starting. Even that's like what?
So far, you know, like 4 players, yeah.
Like 4 out of possible 11. So, out of possible 11.
But I guess you still, Ghana versus Nigeria, what do you think will happen? You have to look ahead through the lens of Otto.
So, we are going to have players who are ready and in good condition to play for Ghana. And I think I should go back a bit. The Nigerian team that they released in the squad, I just chanced upon the official flyer again. There's a player called Felix Agu, and they added into brackets available for training.
Just he's come to train and watch the match.
He's come to train and watch
vibes.
The match. And he's part. But for hours, we don't even know who's going to play. So someone is there available for training. So,
but you see, I like the transparency.
Yeah.
So you don't even expect anything. He's there to train. Maybe he's not fully fit, or maybe he would play later or something. But at least they've explained. They've explained.
But see, a game against Nigeria, irrespective of where we are playing and the quality of the competition, it should be treated that serious, because we played these guys last year in Morocco. And they defeated us. And if Nigeria should beat us again, Charlie, it's going to be quite embarrassing. Even though we are going to give the excuse that it is a Unity Cup. But if we know that the players just finish the season just this weekend, and the players in Europe, they do play over the weekend and then play in the Champions League on Tuesday and even Wednesday, it's fine. If they are not even starting, we should know that they are part. So, of course, the Nigerians are going to come to us, and they had the first training today. I mean, the Ghana team.
Ghana?
Yes, they had the first training today.
Who trained?
So there was Kamaradin Mahmoudou. There was the local guys. And interestingly, they lodged in the same hotel as Manchester City.
Hey. Yes. So that's why City won.
And I'm suspecting that Otuado sneaked into Pep Guardiola's room and took some tactics for him, because if you don't see it
I don't
on Thursday, if you don't see it on Thursday, Oregu.
No, I guess he said they train.
Yeah. So they did train.
That's diabolical.
So they did train.
What training they do? What training they do? Small post.
I don't know.
Who trained who else?
From what you have, from the info you have.
From what I saw, so Kampuku trained, Kamaradin Mahmoudou, Benjamin Asare, Razak Simpson. So these are the 4 guys
Who trained?
who were in their training at going to training. And even when they were going training, that was when the City guys were leaving to the Craven Cottage. And some of our players were videoing the City players with the caption that City players leaving for the stadium. Come on.
So you were on somebody's Snapchat?
Yes.
Okay.
And I saw. So I think that tomorrow there's going to be another training. And hopefully we are going to have more players in the squad. And it's quite a blessing that we have some of our players playing in London and the United Kingdom. I don't know if they're going to be available, but I think...
They're tired.
But Charlie, just...
They played today. Today, that's when they played.
Whoever you are taking will go enjoy it. You will go.
So if you can't...
So the London players, who are you at? Who do you...
in
your mind, the London players?
There's Mohamed Kudus there.
Who?
There's Thomas Partey there. And then... Kamaldeen.
I think Southampton is a bit far from London.
And then...
He can make the trip, don't worry. He can make the trip.
Yes. So we have Jordan Ayew and then some other players. But I believe that if we believe we're not going to have a full house on, let's say, Tuesday or Wednesday, then it would have been better if you called the Black Galaxies plus some 20 players. It could have been better than this.
We don't even know the selection.
Black Galaxies.
No. At this point, I think it's not even about the quality of the players. We just need to have people who to represent Ghana. Because it will be embarrassing if on Thursday we have about just 14, 15 players.
The players, they will definitely get.
But if they are ready to play.
I think that's why they don't want to put the list out. Because when you put a list out, as petty as we are, manager will be like, well, if I were your plan C or your plan D or your plan B, then I think I don't want my player to come. These are some of the things that we have done to ourselves in a very long time. Because if there's any player we have called before into the Stars team, by now they should know if they are a plan A player, a plan B player, a plan C player. So if they are making the calls and they call you, you know. I'm hoping there have not been promises to players in the past that they did not fulfill. And so as a result of that, they don't want some of their players to come again, because they will tell you for a fact, even when they came for AFCON qualifiers or World Cup qualifiers, they sat on the bench, they didn't have any minutes. So go and call those who played in the AFCON qualifiers and World Cup qualifiers, because they will play these matches, and when it's crunch time, you wouldn't use them. But also, see, there's been a lot of, as he said, perceptions around what is going on. Because if they have their players by now, I mean, Ushado knows this already. And if he wants to put it out through the communications manager, they would put it out. If he doesn't have the number of people they need, and they want to put a short statement out that maybe Black Stars call up soon, ... At least that gives a form of an assurance that it would come soon. Or if they give us, Nigerians, they used to do this on their social media a lot. When they call the players to camp, they do a minute by minute update. So they start by saying maybe 4 people currently in camp, we're still waiting on maybe 27 other players.
They could have done
then as the players keep coming in, they update. That's when they don't update, give us the full squad. But then they do that gradually until they have the full house. Now we don't even know anything happening. So maybe we have to call Henry since he's there. I mean, he can give us some form of information, because we saw him pulling a trolley when they arrived. So he's there. So he can give us a bit of an update.
I have not told anyone that he's there.
No, but we saw but the video they posted, he was in, so he can give us an update on it, because at this point it's getting comical and it doesn't look good on our reputation as Ghana at all.
And Oriko, I think Augustine mentioned something about the selection criteria, that if we won't get players, we can call Black Galaxies or under 20. I have this issue I want to sort with the FA. Before we went to play the under 20 AFCON, they had a camp. And Desmond Ofe, before the camp, he mentioned that he expanded scouting for the under 20 pool for the AFCON. And we heard, they didn't officially post it to, that there was going to be a bunch of foreign-born players that were coming to camp.
Yeah.
So in hopes of making that under-20 squad. We saw pictures 1-2 days. We saw the scoreline from one friendly, and we didn't hear anything again.
Was it the international game?
No, they went to was it Morocco or something? Or,
Arafat.
They played 2 games against Morocco.
And they played more than 2.
No, they played twice against Morocco. I think the Senegal one was not in Morocco. They played one against, was it Senegal? Senegal, Ivory Coast, one of those countries before. But the foreign boys was the Morocco one twice, and we lost both. So you're saying we didn't get players from there?
No, it's not that we didn't get players from there. We didn't see a list. We didn't see player names. All we saw were pictures. All we saw, then suddenly we didn't hear anything again. So what happens to them?
Yes, this culture I don't understand. But one thing I understand is that Chelsea will play Champions League football.
Charlie.
Finally, Chelsea fans can breathe and think about going to play football games at certain places and not feel like they are on a geographical journey.
They used to be playing against
in certain
Noah's
places.
Ark.
They have played in places.
First it was Noah's Ark.
We have tired.
Juju Garden.
We have tired before. Yes.
They
So
enjoyed a lot.
if you can hear in the background, there's the Champions League anthem being played. Yes. That's because Chelsea are going to be there. So guys, let's talk about final day Premier League. Probably the most dramatic we've seen